Welcome everyone to the next session of pocket knife therapy, where I display my grandfather's pocket knives. This one is obviously a sailor's knife or rigging knife or marlin spike knife. It's in pretty good condition. It's clearly used, but nothing majorly wrong with it, just a bunch of little stuff. This is a German company, so I believe the manufacturer is pronounced Jowiga. They started in Solingen in sometime around 1928 or before, and they were making pocket knives for a while, and then in 1968 they expanded into the pocket knife manufacturing factory in Listowel, Ireland. So all that comes together to make this tang stamp, which is Jowiga in the Republic of Ireland. So that's pretty interesting history. That plant was making pocket knives for them until 1978, when Imperial Schrade purchased the factory to make their own knives with it, and then the Jowiga company ended operations in around 1984. So kind of an interesting merging of things there. This is it's pretty interesting piece because it's been used, but it's not too bad. It's still got plenty of patina on it. This main blade's a little bit shaky. This half stop kind of is loose a little bit, but it still has a pretty good snap. Let me address the blade pattern here a bit. I seem to be getting confused between sheep's foot and ram's foot an awful lot. So that confusion continues on this one. I was always under the impression that a ram's foot kind of had more square sort of block to it. So that would maybe indicate that this is a sheep's foot blade. But seeing as ram's foot blades were kind of meant for cutting rope, and this is a rigging knife, that may make this a ram's foot blade. So I think it's a ram's foot, but now that I say it's ram's foot, that probably precisely means it's a sheep's foot. But all you folks that know the difference between the two, feel free to school me on what blade shape this is. Looks like somebody engraved a GQ into the tang stamp by hand. That was probably not my grandfather. The G matches his first name, but he wasn't GQ, so I don't know. I don't think that was him. So yeah, that's the main blade there. Secondary blade, if you can call it that, is a can opener / bottle opener. So that's pretty interesting. It also has plenty of patina on it. That one's a little bit tighter than the main blade, and it has a pretty good snap to it. The handles, nothing particularly wrong with them. They're kind of pulling back a little bit, but it's not all broken and stuff like that. Bail a little bit bent, but still works, does what it needs to. And then you have your big old marlin spike here, which works really well. It does its marlin spiky thing and has a pretty nice snap to it, but it is a bit off, but nothing too bad. Steel liners and spacer, and this handle material is a composite, or it's black plastic. A little bit on the small side for the rigging knives that I've come across before, and a few others as well, but they tend to be a bit bigger than this. So this is a kind of a dwarf one, but it's pretty interesting, and the age of somewhere between 1960 and 1978. So it's a baby as far as my grandfather's pocket knives go. But still pretty interesting. That history with the factory is interesting. Bit of history and how it's connected to Imperial. So hope you enjoyed that little perusal of this rigging knife, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.